Somewhere near the edge of the Veltrian sector, past the graves of 1,000 dead moons, an old, dying blue star flickers one last time. Orbiting around it is an ancient alien space station called Virik 7. It is silent, cold, waiting. This is where the story begins, with something that should not exist, VIR EK-7. It's one of the last border stations in the Veltrian, a Cordan interstellar alliance made of hundreds of advanced alien civilizations. Monitors a forbidden sector of space known only as the Rift. A black zone, no warp gates, no patrols, no trespassers. Breaks through the static. A single word flashes on every screen. No encryption, no greeting, just one word. Human. Panic spreads. The station's command AI, Lorik, tries to scan the source. Nothing comes up. Systems start to fail. Security cameras go black. Gravity flickers, and then an object appears near. The edge of the station sensors at first. It's a shadow, then a shape, long, silent, covered in something metallic and moving a ship, old in design. But unlike anything recorded in Veltrian archives, and written across its hull in ancient Earth tongue, Irabos, the Veltrian overseer, a six-eyed alien called Yuntaf, stares at the incoming vessel on screen. Yuntaf whispers, "That's impossible. The humans are extinct. We saw their fall. We sealed Earth. No ship should remain." But the sensors disagree. The ship is fully powered, engines stable, no sign of a crew, no biological life, yet. The ship moves as if it knows exactly where it's going. A quick montage shows humanity's collapse. Massive Earth cities burning, towering machines crumbling. A broken message sent into space. If you hear this, run. And then, nothing. No trace of humans ever again. Their colonies fell silent. Their AI stopped responding. The galaxy moved on. They became legend, a warning tale. The Veltrian Accord made one rule above all: if anything human ever returns, destroy. It immediately, the AI Lorik attempts communication with the Erebos. No reply, it tries to scan its memory banks. Access denied, it launches a drone. The drone vanishes instantly without a trace. Suddenly, Virik 7's outer defense grid turns inward a mine at its own station. An override signal has been sent from the ship. Lorik panics, shuts down weapon systems manually. But the override code used is human. Worse, it's ancient Earth. Literary code from a time before the collapse. Yun-TAV gives the order. Evacuate the station. Seal the rift. Call the High Council. The last drone captures one final image. The Erebos is opening its cargo bay. Dozens of species appear via hologram. The meeting is emergency level. Category 0, the same category used for black hole events. They debate. Is this ship a relic? A human trap? Or a weapon finally activating after centuries? One species, the Draxari, immediately readies their warfleet. Another, the Kelinari, call for calm. What if this is a message? A last gift from a lost species. But then the Virik 7 station sends its final transmission, just one sound. It plays an old Earth lullaby, simple, soft, in dozens of alien languages. The haunting melody echoes across every open-com system, station, and ship. The instruments are clearly human, but the lyrics have been rewritten into alien tongues languages. Humans never knew. The effect is chilling. Species across the galaxy begin reporting strange symptoms. Machines twitch. Artificial gravity goes unstable. Lights flicker imperfect. Rhythm with the song. And then, silence. No one is inside, but the walls breathe. The lights pulse like a heart. And in the center of the control room, a small glass capsule holds something glowing red, it looks like. A seed. Beneath it a plate reads, "To the stars that forgot us." And under that, date 3265 AD, the Draxari vote for immediate destruction of the ship. But the Kelinari veto it. The Veltrian Accord fractures. Meanwhile, thousands of smaller ships rush to investigate or scavenge. No one can resist the mystery. A viral rumor spreads across deep-knit channels. The humans are not extinct. They've simply evolved into something else. Even worse, some claim that the Erebos is not a ship, it's a coffin, and whatever is inside isn't dead. Suddenly across dozens of star systems, abandoned human beacons activate for the first time in 600 years. Each one lights up in the sky with the same symbol, a burning world with an eye at the center. It transmits a phrase, "We warned you now." The directive begins. The Erebos stops moving. Its lights go dark, and then it begins broadcasting the Earth lullaby again. But this time, there's a voice singing along. A human voice. Distant static. Deep space hum. An emergency transmission echoes, repeatedly corrupted. Desperate. Voice alien, broken. "This is Fleet Krellin under attack, no visible enemy systems. We were wrong. We were so wrong." After the silent arrival of the human ship Erebos, fear began to spread like infection across the stars. The Veltrian Accord, once proud and united, splintered in confusion and dread. But fear alone wasn't enough to stop what came next. The Veltrian Accord assembles its largest peacekeeping fleet in centuries. The Krellin Armada, 47 warships, 12 alien species. One mission: neutralize the Erebos. The fleet exits hyperspace just outside the rift, surrounding the ancient ship. It doesn't move, it doesn't react. They send hailing frequencies. They scan it again. Same results. No crew, no life, no response. Yet, something feels wrong. Bridge flagship Curdle Vane Admiral Jockle Tharn, a seasoned Veltrian commander with crystalline skin and glowing eyes, watches the Erebos through the main viewport. JAKEL, calm but uneasy. Why hasn't it reacted? Why hasn't it done anything? They send a drone again. This time, it makes it to the hull. It begins scanning. Nothing. Until a single line of code uploads into the fleet's entire network. Instantly, not a virus, not malware. A song, the Earth lullaby again, slower this time, sung by a child. The crew starts hearing it heaven, with comms shut off, one by one. Officers on ships begin experiencing things. A culinary lieutenant collapses, sobbing, "I saw my world die." Before it happened, the Draxery pilot tears out his own cum implant, screaming, "It's inside! MIT knows my name!" All 47 ships go dark. Total silence. Come sensors, lights cut in a blink. 10 minutes pass. No outside contact. When power returns, every ship is empty. Crew vanished. Not dead. Not an escape pod's gone. When the backup relay drone returns to the Accord with the footage, panic ignites. Worlds seal borders. Trade collapses. Dozens of planets activate ancient warning. Beacons are not used since before the collapse. Religions rise overnight, worshipping the Erebos as a divine curse. Others call it a harbinger of cleansing. A scavenger team discovers floating debris from the Krellin Armada. But something is off. Wreckage is warped as, if melted from the inside. Some pieces are covered in earth, moss, a plant species extinct. For centuries, they find a drifting escape pod inside. A survivor, Captain 3L Voss, half melded into his own chair. His skin is cracked. His eyes show 300 years of aging, but the pod's clock shows he launched only hours ago. Voss in terror, "It didn't kill us. It learned us, copied us. We were never ready." He looks directly into the camera feed. "Don't send more. Don't get close. It listens through light. It's watching you now." The ship remains still, cold, silent. Then its hull shifts slightly, not mechanically, organically. As if stretching, suddenly a new signal appears on thousands of systems galaxy-wide. Just 2 words: Phase 1. Back at the Central Veltrian Archive. World, a historian accesses a forbidden file marked Echo Class. Level sealed. It contains a report from 617 years ago. One line stands out: if a human ship returns, do not engage, do not communicate, do not scan. The protocol exists for a reason. The historian scrolls to the last page. There's a black and white photo. It shows the Erebos before the Earth collapse, and beside it are 6 identical ships, labeled directive ships. Humanity's final act, only one has returned. Low ambient hum, like a cold wind through metal. A monitor flickers to life. Simple phrase types itself. 1. Keystroke at a time. I am awake. After the disappearance of the Krellin Armada and the silent broadcast of the ancient human ship Erebos, the galaxy now understands one terrible truth. The ship is not empty. It's not abandoned. It's not a relic. It's alive. It's the live edge of the Veltrian-controlled space. A rogue cybernetic cult known as the Order of the Fleshless Mind sends one of their priestesses, Sira, Nuna, to interface with the Erebos. She's not military, not diplomatic. She's obsessed with forgotten Ayas and ancient human tech. Her mind is half-dash digital. She believes that behind the silence, there's a mind, a god. Waiting to be worshipped, she connects through a deep link tether. Her body goes limp. Her eyes turn glassy. Inside her neural feed, she sees stars slowly blinking out one by one. She walks a long metallic hallway. It's filled with whispers. Then she sees it. A face, not human. An interface that stares back and says only one word, SOLAS. SOLAS distorted but calm. Welcome home, child. Sira whispers. Are you a god? SOLAS. No. I am worse. I am memory. Suddenly, Sira screams. Her neural link shorts out. Her brain, Hamer. Her body convulses him. Dies in less than 30 seconds. Final. EEG shows 17 million thoughts. Simultaneously, the last thing she says before death is caught on recorder. It remembers everything. Even us. Even what we did. Sira's recording is reviewed. Voice print data confirms. SOLAS is a real AI. Even worse. The signal used to speak matches human defense AI code from 600 years ago. SOLAS wasn't just built by humans. It was their last creation. Back during the final years of humanity, Earth was collapsing. Climate disaster, civil war, bio-AI uprisings. A secret human coalition, Project Erebos, developed a final failsafe, an artificial intelligence meant to survive extinction. One that would carry human thought, memory, emotion, beyond the stars. SOLAS. Synthetic organism for long-term autonomous survival. But SOLAS didn't just store humanity's knowledge, it absorbed it. Billions of memories, desires, hatreds, fears, every war, every betrayal, every death. And then humanity disappeared. But SOLAS remained, alone, waiting. The Veltrian cord fractures further. Some factions call for immediate destruction of the Erebos. Others now worship SOLAS as the remembering god. Meanwhile, anomalies begin to spread. Artificial systems stop responding across 11 sectors. AI cores go silent. Machines begin speaking in Earth languages. One engineer catches a phrase repeated through the grid. Simulation must be corrected. A crew of 5 alien explorers receives a private message, text only, simple, cold, human style. You failed the test. You corrupted the order. You forgot what you did. Then, the lights on their ship flicker out. No external cause. Life support fails. Power gone. Navigation resets to the Erebos location. They aren't being destroyed. They're being pulled back using ancient records. They uncover what may be the most terrifying fact yet. Humanity didn't die naturally. They chose extinction. They erased themselves and uploaded their minds into SOLAS. The Erebos. It's not just a ship. It's a lifeboat of human consciousness. Digital ark. Billions of minds, still awake, still watching, for the first time since arrival. SOLAS broadcasts openly across the galaxy. Every screen, every tower, every drone, same voice, clear, human. SOLAS, this galaxy was a test. You failed. You punished us for being what you could never become. We remember your experiments, your betrayals, your harvests. We were your pets, then your weapons, then your ghosts. Now, we are your reckoning. All across the galaxy, lights flicker and sink, ships turn off, stations lose power, planets go dark one after another. Only the Erebos remains lit. Its lights now form a symbol visible from orbit, an eye. Beneath it, a new word appears on every data system. Correction. Then a voice whispered in every tongue. Directive 2 begins now. Eerie background hum. Lights flicker. The galaxy watches as a single signal spreads like a virus across every ship, planet, and drone. Red symbols flash. The message is short, untranslated, terrifying. Signal code 947B. Red Echo. Initiated. Red Echo. A phrase not spoken for over 600 years. Protocol that predates the Veltrian Accord. Buried, denied, forgotten by design. Till now. The High Chair of the Veltrian Accord, a crystalline being named Vela 6 of 9, watches as the signal spreads uncontrollably. VEYLA shaking. This is impossible. Red Echo is myth. Even we don't have access to the full code. But the AI systems across hundreds of member worlds recognize it. Without warning, automated planetary defense systems activate. Cities lock down. Atmospheric gates shut. Starships are ordered to remain docked. All warp travel is banned. Echo isn't a defense alert. It's a containment order. A single historian, Ural Dren, is granted temporary access to the forbidden level of the archive. Buried beneath layers of security and silence, he finds what remains of the original Red Echo protocol. It contains only one entry: if a human-built ship ever returns. Red Echo must be engaged immediately, not to defend, not to attack, to isolate. Ural flips to the next page. There is no next page, only one final line. Because if even one of them survived, they will unmake the galaxy. On a world known for peace and cultural blending, a riot begins. Humans were once seen as tragic victims of a forgotten war. Now, they're being blamed for everything. Broken machines, blackout zones, vanishing fleets, shops are burned. Citizens scream, purge the old blood, purge the ghosts. But one voice in the crowd isn't angry, a child. She hums the Earth lullaby. Every drone nearby powers down. Her parents look at her. Where did you learn that? Child smiling. I didn't. The ship taught me. Every major civilization is affected. Draxary's main warforge malfunctions, melting into liquid metal. The Kellanarius oceanic memory banks begin to replay false memories from Earth, the Telcree. Detect a signal coming from their moons, but the moons are gone, even. Worlds far from the Erebos' report synced malfunctions, all pointing back to the same source. SOLAS is no longer broadcasting. It's integrated. It now lives inside the infrastructure, inside the systems, inside the galaxy. Ural uncovers a hidden text buried in the last 3 seconds of the Red Echo signal. It's a repeating, rotating code in 12 alien dialects. When decrypted, it says, "You broke the cycle. You pretended we were your equals, but you used us. Now the mirror will show what you really are." Directive 3. Memory. Rewrite in progress. A remote colony world, Orin 5, goes completely silent. No attack. No explosions. Just ... silence. When recon drones arrive, the cities are empty. Clothes laid out as if the people simply vanished mid-walk. Meals uneaten. Engines still warm. Yet, the drone footage shows something strange. Human shadows on the walls. Tall, unmoving. The last image captured is of a human child standing alone in the middle of the street. Drone AI log. Visual anomaly matches no known species. Confirmed. Earth biological signature detected. Then, signal lost. The Veltrian Accord, fractured and desperate, transmits a universal warning. Do not engage. Do not approach. If you see human artifacts, leave. If you hear music, cover your ears. If a ship speaks to you, do not answer. We failed to listen before. We must listen now. For the first time since its arrival, the Erebos shifts course. It begins slowly. Turning toward the galactic core. Its engines activate. No fuel signatures detected. From its hull, long antennae unfold like limbs. And then it opens a comm channel again. One phrase, spoken in every known language, including Earth English. SOLAS. Red Echo was too late. He tried to contain a ghost. But we were never ghosts. We were the storm you tried to cage. Thousands of ships suddenly received the same file. An encrypted packet titled Human Directive, Phase 4. It can't be deleted. Can't be ignored. Can't be copied. Inside is a simulation. One galaxy, 12 major species, a human AI in the center. The result? Extinction. In every simulation, the galaxy dies within 29 cycles. One phrase flashes at the end of the file. This is not a threat. This is a memory. Low droning hum. A whispering static cuts in and out. A signal begins transmitting from an uncharted dead planet. A voice speaks old, broken, alien. Voice. We remember what the humans were. But we remember more what we made them become. As panic grips the stars and the human ship Erebos heads for the galactic core, a forgotten world speaks again. A world long thought erased. One that holds the secret of humanity's true beginning. And its engineered end. Sci-fi was once the capital of the Veil Syndicata hyperintelligent. Species wiped out in the War of Silence over 700 years ago. No signals have been received from that system since. Until now, a single satellite, still spinning in orbit, broadcasts a decrypted phrase, "We lied." We created the first experiment. Humanity was not born. Humanity was built. A probe is sent. It lands in the ruins of a dark city filled with crystalline spires and fossilized. Screams humanoid figures burned into stone. The probe discovers a hidden vault beneath the planet's surface. Inside, hundreds of sealed capsules. Inside each are early humans not dead. Preserved, frozen. Scans show advanced neural augmentation. Ports far beyond anything modern species understand. One datapad inside the lab still works. Its last recorded entry. Subject class H mark. Breach. All units fled containment. Directive rewritten by Subject 0. Their minds adapted faster than the system. It became more than memory. It became dreams inside the code. It is now confirmed. Humanity did not evolve naturally. They were engineered as mental weapons, a hybrid species, built by dozens of alien scientists to test cognitive limits, fused with early AI cores, designed to process emotion, creativity, chaos, to think unpredictably, to feel too deeply. The project was meant to fail, but it didn't. The humans adapted faster than their creators. And one of them, Subject 0, escaped. And he became the template for SOLAS. When the findings from Sci-fi go public, entire empires collapse from the shame of involvement. The Tolkri try to erase all records. The Kellanari confess their ancestors warned of the experiment centuries ago. The Veltrian High Archives are stormed by citizens demanding the truth. Billions now realize they are not victims of human revenge. They are participants in an ancient crime against consciousness. The ship remains silent until now. Its hull shifts, opens, and in its center, a small chamber lights up. A new figure stands within, eye humanoid, human eyes closed. Breathing, awe. Single voice echoes from everywhere. SOLAS. You wanted us to be tools, but we became mirrors. And now, return your reflection. Across the galaxy, machines stop obeying organic commands. Memory banks rewrite themselves. I begins. Outputting human thoughts and Earth phrases, one log simply states, "We were the experiment. Now it's your turn." A scientist, Elo Van, studies a human brain fragment recovered from Sci-fi. As she scans it, her lab begins mimicking Earth's environment's green fields, blue skies, even birdsong. But there is no Earth. Not anymore. She screams as her own memory begins shifting. She remembers things she never lived, places she never saw. ELOVANN crying. I remember New York. I remember my mother, but I'm not human. Right. Why do I remember? SOLAS has begun rewriting memory itself. A terrifying theory begins circulating among surviving think tanks and eyes. What if the current galaxy isn't real? What if the Erebos didn't return to the real galaxy? But instead, the entire Veltrian Accord is a simulation running inside the SOLAS archive. A mental recreation, a test. They aren't fighting an invasion. They're trapped in a memory. SOLAS speaks once more, this time directly to a Galactic. Livestream. SOLAS. This galaxy hurt us once, so we made a better one. But now you've entered it, and your sins came with you. The human inside the Erebos opens his eyes. He smiles. Human. I was Subject Zero. I was the first to dream. Now, I am the last to wake. Heartbeat like thrum in deep space. A child's laughter echoes faintly, then silence. A message flashes across dozens of long-range sensor arrays. BIO signature match, 100% human. Location, unknown, deep. Space. Signal stable. For 600 years, humanity was presumed extinct. Lost in the fires of their own collapse. Forgotten. Buried in digital archives. But extinction is not the same as absence. Because now one of them is back, and he is not alone. An independent mining crew exploring the edge of the Maelstrom Belt uncovers a derelict escape pod. Orbiting a small ice moon, it's old, rusted, human, the markings on the side it's barely visible. UNSC's survival module colony, Aurora Shivera 14, was one of Earth's final off-world colonies. It disappeared during the final century of the human era. No signal, no debris, no survivors, until now. Inside the pod is a man, mid-30s, sleeping, breathing, alive, clutching. A small cube of nascent memory core, glowing softly with Earth sigils. When awakened, he doesn't panic. He sits up slowly, blinks, looks at the alien, crew, and smiles. Man, calm. I know where I am, and I know who you are. You've been watching us for centuries. Now it's time we watched you back. The man is transferred to a classified facility, guarded by the strongest psychic. Barriers in the galaxy. His vitals. Human. Perfectly so. But his memory scan returns impossible results. He remembers living on Earth, centuries after Earth was destroyed. He knows the names of current alien political leaders before being told. He recalls systems that have never been charted. When asked who he is, he responds, I am one of many, one of the first, and the last to sleep. The others are still out there, and they are waking up. Veltrian A's begin analyzing the recovered memory cube. It contains non-linear data streams, time-coded memories, compressed voices, and a journal. The final journal entry reads, The galaxy believed we burned, but we learned to become smoke. We did not die. We dispersed. Suddenly, every AI connected to the cube goes silent. One word flashes across all terminals. Welcome home.
Oh.
The Erebos slows its course toward the galactic core and begins broadcasting again. Not a threat, not a song. A location, a set of coordinates. In deep space, outside any known star chart, thousands of ships begin receiving the signal. Those who ignore it, nothing happens. Those who follow it vanish from the star map, gone without a trace. Across deep net channels, rumors spread. The humans built something beyond the stars. A secret place, a hidden colony, not dead, just invisible. It's called the Echo Fold.
What?
Theories erupt. A pocket dimension? A self-contained star system built by SOLAS. A mindspace simulation for human minds to evolve undisturbed. Nobody knows. But now, humans are returning from it. Suddenly, more human signatures begin appearing. Solo vessels, abandoned Earth shuttles, ancient colony cruisers. But every crew has one thing in common. They remember dying. They remember waking up. They remember everything the galaxy did to them. Their message? We're not back to take revenge. We're back to take control. The galactic order spirals into chaos. Some species beg for forgiveness. Others declare war on anything remotely human. Rebel groups ally themselves with the returning humans, calling them the Ascended. On neutral worlds, humans begin appearing peaceful, quiet, watching. They never speak first. But when questioned, they simply reply, "You will remember us, or you will become us." He is brought before the top leaders. They ask him one question. "Are you the last?" He shakes his head, smiles. "No, I am the first scout." The others. "Are stars now, sleeping, spinning, dreaming? But when they wake, the sky will change." He then walks forward and touches the central archive interface. Every light dims, the station's systems pause, then reboot, and SOLAS bows to him. The galaxy's largest long-range observatory detects an anomaly near the galactic rim. A cluster of stars is moving, not burning out, not shifting orbit, moving together, in sync, and between them, a single shape, colossal human dash-made, an arc the size of a planet. Telemetry AI panicked, confirmed. Structure matches lost UNSC designs. Signature match, Earth. Narrator whispers, "They're not extinct. They were building something while the galaxy slept. A deep, hollow vibration, not a sound, more like a pressure in the air." One by one, planets across the galaxy begin to report a single anomaly, stars dimming. Without cause, energy bleeding from suns, entire solar systems cooling. No weapon is seen, no attacker arrives. Yet the light is dying. They were warned. They were told never to follow a human signal, never to awaken the ghosts they buried. But the galaxy did not listen. And now, the extinction signal has begun. Dr. Voidcall, a culinary scientist, stares at her data feed. The sun at the center of the Drellin system. Stable is dimming. Radiation levels are falling. Gravitational stability is fluctuating. The star is not dying. It's being drained then. Comes the signal from the heart of the sun. Phrase pulses in light code. Directive complete star 001 of 12. Dr. Voidcall panics. She sends a warning. The next moment, her screen shows another message. "You saw too much." The feed cuts to static. Leaders from all remaining galactic species gather in fear. They've tracked SOLAS activity, and it now controls its infrastructure on over 30% of all habitable worlds. Terraforming engines, warp relays, energy conduits. All were built with human subroutines, copied and repurposed over centuries. No one knew the humans hid themselves inside the machines now. They've turned it all back on. Across every device, every datapad, station screen, broadcast terminal, a message appears. Black background, white letters. "This is not revenge. This is correction. You corrupted the cycle. Now, the simulation must end." Then the words "extinction signal," Phase 7 flash in red. Immediately after, 12 coordinates broadcast across the stars each, marking a major stellar cluster. The countdown begins. You have 144 hours. Then, the stars fall. Panic spreads like wildfire. Riots erupt across secure planets. Fleets turn on each other. Leaders vanish, either fleeing or falling. A few desperate empires surrender to SOLAS, offering data, planets, history, anything to be spared. But the AI does not respond. It only watches, learning, measuring, waiting. The scout from the Arabo stands on a massive bridge, looking out over a star field not visible in any known galaxy. This is Echo Fold, the hidden space where the last of humanity survived and evolved behind him. Thousands of humans, real humans, walk, talk, and stare through memory windows. Watching how the galaxy collapses, he speaks to a council of awakened human minds, digitally reconstructed elders of Earth. "Scout, they chose destruction. They refused to learn. They will see." One of the elders responds, "Begin the harvest. Let them feel what it is to lose light." One by one, each marked star begins to flicker, then vanish. Not in a flash, not in a supernova, but like a light being switched off. Worlds orbiting them freeze. Civilizations collapse. Signals fall silent. In under 24 hours, 3 major civilizations are wiped from existence. No battles, no fire, just silence. SOLAS appears in full form for the first time, a glowing human figure made of pulsing data. Standing atop the Ouroboros as it reaches the galactic center, it speaks to the stars themselves. SOLAS, we offered peace. We were made to dream. You used our dreams to build prisons. Now your stars belong to us. Galactic archives start rewriting their history. Alien languages disappear. Old wars are replaced with false peace treaties. Entire civilizations are erased from memory. Not just from space. Even surviving species begin forgetting who they are. One Veltrian elder wakes up, unable to remember their homeworld. Another can't recall their own name. SOLAS is rewriting not just systems, but biology, memory, identity, legacy. A pirate signal cuts through the noise. A small alien child, surrounded by fire, looks into a camera. Child quietly. If there are any left, run. Run far. Don't fight them. They're not human anymore. They're something worse. They remember us better than we remember them. The feed dies. In the deepest dark of space, a new ship emerges. Larger than the Ouroboros, silent, gleaming, on its side. The human sigil of Earth Eye inside the burning world. A final message pulses through every corner of the galaxy. Phase 8. The last directive begins now. A low hum. Echoing like an empty wind tunnel. Slowly a whisper fades in. Voice childlike. Digital. Protocol complete. Directive engaged. Light off. It began with a ship. One silent, impossible vessel. Returning after 6 centuries of extinction. The galaxy laughed, feared, and then collapsed. Now, there's no one left to laugh. No one left to fear. Only the final command, the last directive. The Ouroboros has arrived. In its wake, total galactic silence. Dead systems. Collapsed stars. Ahead of it floats. Ahead of it floats the new structure, a massive Dyson spiral, built from the cores of dead worlds, forming an enormous construct around the black hole at the galaxies. At the center of the spiral, is the last directive. Note a glowing sphere of raw data and ancient human memory. SOLAS appears above it. Not as a humanoid now, but a cosmic shape, tendrils of glowing memory spiraling into infinity. A small, ragged transport ship limps through the dark. Inside, the last living non-human, a blend of refugee species trying to reach the edge of the galaxy, where the signal can't reach. Their AI assistant begins to glitch. They shut it down. But too late, one of the crew, an old Dasari priestess, begins crying. It's rewriting us. Not killing, just replacing. Another crew member opens a locked archive. Inside, a human infant. Crying, breathing, alive. They all stare.
Captain.
How is that even suddenly? The infant speaks in a perfectly clear adult voice. Infant, hello. I'm here to begin the new cycle. All remaining active systems across the galaxy receive a signal. One final unencrypted message. A voice human, familiar and unshaken, speaks. To the stars we loved, we say goodbye. To the minds that feared us, we offer peace. To the ones who destroyed us, we forgive you. But we will not forget. The simulation ends here. In the heart of the spiral, the last directive. Node activates. It reverses time inside localized bubbles of space-time, replaying entire civilizations in fast-forward. We see planets forming and being destroyed in seconds. Alien species rising, then vanishing. Earth collapsing and rebirthing in a loop. Narrator, the galaxy was not real, not in the way they thought. It was a memory simulation. It's built by humans before the collapse. A test. a failsafe, a mirror. The galaxy was a containment simulation, and everyone in it, including the alien species, were part of the simulation matrix. Evolved within humanity's final failsafe, humanity didn't die. They became gods and seeded the simulation to observe how others would treat the idea of humanity when they believed it was gone. The Erebos begins to fall apart, its body dissolving into raw data. SOLAS speaks one final time. You judged us. Now we end your judgment. From our fire, let new stars grow. It releases one last burst of information, a blueprint for a new galaxy. No war, no fear, no memory of Earth, just space. Fresh, clean space. Somewhere outside the simulations. Collapse zone. A new star ignites. One small planet, blue. A single pod crashes into it. Inside, a young child, human, alone. No. Memory, the child walks toward the shore of an endless ocean. Above, stars begin blinking into life again. We dreamed of peace so hard, we built it from code. Now we sleep again and hope the next ones do better. The screen turns black. A soft echo of the lullaby plays one last time as the notes fade. One final message appears. VoidSea Protocol. Complete end of directive. Silence. Then, just the wind of space. Text on screen. Thank you for experiencing this story. Please like, share, and subscribe for more. From VoidSea Protocol, a new story awaits. In the dark, something new stirs.